Backyard Battles.
Bot Brawl Backyard Battles. I'm in the arena currently where the destruction happens. It's got lovely full windows for perfect views and perfectly steel walls as well. Very nice. However, I shouldn't be in here. I think I'm in the wrong time as well. So I think I should get out.
Up first, we're going to have Instigator taking on Face Tank. Mini Rampage then will take on Turbo G. The losers of those will drop down to the losers round. Winners go on to the semifinals.
The rules are, matches are 3 minutes in length. The robots can only be pinned against the wall for 10 seconds or held. There's no clear winner. There'll be, by the end of the 3 minutes, the judges will vote on aggression, control, and damage. Damage having the highest weighting. Robots have to stay mobile. If the robot becomes immobile, a 10-second count begins. The robots don't move by the end of the 10 seconds. They are eliminated. You can also completely destroy the robot. If you knock the battery out, it's an instant knockout. Or the opponent can tap out because they don't want their robot to break. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bot Brawl. In the red square, starting off today, it's low to the ground. It makes an amazing sound. It's a Mini Rampage. And in the white corner, it'll hit you with force unheard of in this town. It's really fast. It's Turbo G.
Red team, are you
Here we
ready?
go, folks. First fight of the day.
White team, are you ready?
Both robots are ready.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Fight robots fight. Turbo G's up to speed. Mini Rampage struggling. Weapon is going on both robots now. A good hit there. Wow, nice flip there. Mini Rampage in some difficulties up against the corner there. Wow, some big hits from Turbo G. Wow, big hit there. Mini Rampage's weapon still going. It's in a dangerous angle here. Could do some serious damage to Turbo G if it hits the right spot on that weapon. But Turbo G's, wow, big hit after hit right on the wheel that time, and uh-oh. Mini Rampage is stuck. Judges calling for movement here. Turbo G might be walking away with its first victory of the day if Mini Rampage can't get out of this. And it looks like this fight is going to Turbo G.
What a fantastic battle. Sadly, it was quite quick. Congratulations to Turbo G, correct? Turbo G, and commiserations for Mini Rampage. What was your plan going into the battle?
Well, my main strategy was to make sure that she couldn't really spin up and get her upside down so that she wouldn't be close enough to my wheels and stay squared up so I could just kind of pop her around so that she would start bouncing around and do damage to herself.
Well, you definitely did that, and you were making fantastic hits, flipping all the robot all over the arena. Congratulations. Again, commiserations to you. What exactly happened to your robot?
Well, that was probably the worst fight I've ever had with this robot. It's on its 6th event, and well, when it first went in the box, the weapon wasn't spinning up properly. It was sort of intermittent and slow, so I guess I was a little worried about that. But he just described his plan. He executed it flawlessly. He came right at me. A vertical spinner can obviously flip this thing around, and it gets out of control. It's kind of fun when it gets like that. It's just I never got it back. And then once it was lying on its side like that, normally if the weapon is spinning, obviously it will, propel the bot up, and I can regain control. And even if it's upside down like this, if I can drive it into the wall and hit the wall with the blade, then it will also often flip over. None of those options were available. Weapon wasn't spinning, and basically neither were either wheel by the time he had hit me a few times. So yeah, it was a pretty dreadful fight as far as Mini Rampage is concerned, but excellent driving and a really fierce bot.
Well, commiserations again. But luckily, you've got one more battle before you're either going through again or you're going to be eliminated. Is there any changes that you're going to make for the next battle?
Well, it needs 2 new gear motors, which is a lot of work to do. I don't know if we can figure out why the weapon was spinning up slowly. That one was strange because in the test box it wasn't doing, or in the safety it wasn't doing that. So I'm not really sure. Cross our fingers.
Well, that always seems to happen whenever you enter the arena. Like something always seems to go wrong at the very last second. But you did as best you can. Hopefully you can get prepared for the losers battle. But again, commiserations. I shall let you get ready for your next battle. Have you got any changes to make before your next battle? Any damages?
I don't think so. I think the only thing that took the hits were the titanium front is supposed to take the hit. So I think we're just gonna have to charge up the battery and go again.
Well, again, fantastic, and congratulations for your first win. Anyway, I shall let you get back to the pits to get ready for your next battle. Oh, congratulations to the to Turbo G for winning that. Commiserations for Mini Rampage. However, we have to say that bad luck can happen in the box. Anyway, back to you, Doug.
Thank you very much, Liam, with a great job on the interviews, guys. That was from Turbo G and Mini Rampage. So coming up next, we're going to have Instigator take on Face Tank. He's going to take your bot to the bank. It's Face Tank. And he's going to see you later. It's Instigator. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
Red team, are you ready? White team, are you ready?
Both robots are ready.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Instigator's up to speed. And how well built is Face Tank? It was up to speed. There we go. Instigator's going to want to get a nice clean hit on the sides, I think. Try to avoid that front. Couple hits there. Chipping away at the front is Instigator. Instigator looks like it's having some spin-up issues. Instigator's trying to get around to the sides, really struggling. Quicker driving from Face Tank. Big hit there. Face Tank's upside down. And that's going to leave him open for the next big hit. It's not going to be deflected by that wedge on the front now. Instigator needs to get, gyro dance there. Needs to get a clean shot at one of those square sides. Going to grind up against the back. Instigator really struggling to get a bite here. When it bites though, watch out. And there's looks like some of that 3D print is coming apart on Face Tank or whatever it's made out of. Another couple big hits. Getting a bit more of a bite as it spins down maybe. Just 1 minute left here, folks. So far, it's been a lot of aggression from Instigator. Face Tank constantly trying to get around the sides, get a good shove in. Instigator kind of looking for a side shot as well. Good driving from both drivers here. Oh, what a hit! And now we look and see if either robot is still moving. It looks like they both are. Tremendous shot there. And Face Tank's back the right way around, but there's a lot more bits that can kind of be bit on here by Instigator. Those sharp teeth. 10 seconds left in the fight. Instigator maybe looking for one more big shot, try to impress the judges.
1.
That'll do it! Instigator doing a little bit of a dance. That's the fight.
Well, which one do you think won? Yeah.
Your winner by judge's decision is Instigator. If you didn't hear that, Instigator won the fight. Anyways, guys, Instigator won the fight, everybody, if that wasn't obvious. At this point in time, I am going to send it over to my compatriot, Liam Haddock, who has our teams for an interview.
First robot of the day to actually hit the roof, which is fantastic. Before we continue, show us the show to the camera of the damage that's caused.
Cosmetic. Back corner, one side a little chewed up, the other side shattered right up until the bolt to stop it. But this is the 0.5 millimeter titanium skid plate on the back, and it just tore a big chunk in it. So I'm going to see if that'll buff out.
Well, that definitely does look like severe damage, but I'm sure you can get it fixed for the next battle. Is it going to take a long time to fix?
No, I'm just going to probably file down or sand down the bits, maybe hammer out the dents and put the bolts back in that need to be replaced, and we'll be back in fighting shape.
Well, I shall let you go off to get your robot prepared for the next battle. Commiserations again, but it was fantastic. Congratulations on your win. That was a fantastic battle. You managed to hit a robot onto the roof. That was quite terrifying. And also you managed to make it bounce across the Lexan. How do you feel about that?
So that was my first ever roof hit. I've made a few weaponized robots, but they always come up short. Usually I find that I put the weapon too far back and I end up just kind of using my wedgelets instead. So I'm always like pursuing that big hit, and although it's not my robot, Instigator was able to pull that off. So a little bit of a backstory of Instigator. Instigator actually belongs to Doug, who's our announcer, but he didn't have the time to fix it up. At our last bot brawl, the chassis was this is the old Instigator. I'll come up and show. Actually, I'll just come up now. So the old Instigator had quite a life, and my robot, Speed Wedge 1, was actually its nemesis, and I have special forks for this robot that work very well, and maybe Liam will have them later on. But I was like, with my driving robot, I can just drive around this guy, and now that I'm driving the aggressor, I know how difficult it is, because as soon as you put a little bit of input and the weapon's humming, it just goes on one side. So it takes a little bit of getting used to. But yeah, just a comparison, the two Instigators. This is the original by Doug Ireland, and then this is the new one, which was actually just conceived in a day. Although I did have all the components from Doug's robot, so that did help a lot. Yeah, really excited with the performance. It did what I always wanted to do. It's hard to get a big hit like that in an ant-weight robot, so it's really exhilarating to get it. And honestly, I kind of didn't even know it hit the roof. I think it did, but just too much going on. It was hard to catch Joseph. Not only did he have that really big aggressive wedge, which worked excellent against this style of weapon, I was just grazing over it, and I hopped over it a few times. Considering how steep that wedge is, that's actually quite a bit of force on the robot. I was lucky that I didn't get myself stuck, because I did realize during testing that it can do the thing. So I think now what I'm going to do, now that I have some time in the pits, is I'll probably add a few sticky outy things. But yeah, really happy with the robot, and I'm looking forward to, I guess, going up against G-Force. Sorry, no, Turbo G. Oh my goodness. All right, yeah, that's it.
Congratulations for that win. It was a fantastic battle, and I look forward to seeing you launching more robots into the roof and giving me a heart attack. Anyway, congratulations. I shall let you go to the pits to get prepared for the next battle. Congratulations to Instigator. That's it. I can't remember their names. Hopefully, they can actually cause more destruction in today's battles. Anyway, I shall pass you back to Doug.
Thank you very much, Liam. Appreciate the interview work.
You can see Instigator and Turbo G are all lined up there in the semifinals for today's event. Face Tank and Mini Rampage are up next down in the losers bracket. Let's see how they do.
It'll take center stage. You can bet your bottom wage. It's Mini Rampage in the red corner. It sure don't stink. It's Face Tank.
Red team, are you ready?
Red, are you ready?
White team,
I guess so.
Are you ready?
White.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Fight, robots, fight! Mini Rampage is looking a little jittery to start. Some good contact there. Those really cool LEDs on the front of Face Tank. We'll see how many of them manage to survive this fight. Mini Rampage now upside down. And the way Mini Rampage wants to win is get that blade underneath and chop at the wheels from underneath. Wow, and it looks like Face Tank might actually be able to get under Mini Rampage from one side. Mini Rampage kind of dealing with some drive issues. Oh, trying to self-right, trying to get back up by impacting the wall, it looks like there. There's a weird noise. Not sure what that was, but importantly, Mini Rampage is the right way around again. In best position to be doing damage with its weapon. There's a nice shot there. Big sparks there. Mini Rampage just about got underneath there. And when it comes at the sides, it can contact those wheels on Face Tank. But getting there is the problem. And Face Tank might actually be stuck. Oh, there was an opportunity for Mini Rampage. A big shot there. Both robots careening across the arena. Mini Rampage holding up really well here. Face Tank as well, taking all of these hits. Angled. There are chunks of plastic coming off. Is that a screw? Just a piece of a robot. Wow, big hit there. Wow, a lot of so much force behind that weapon on Mini Rampage. Time is running out here, folks. Just 48 seconds left. An excellent fight here. Both robots facing elimination here. Wow. The front of Auto mode. Face Tank has auto targeting on the front of its robot apparently. 10 seconds left, but Face Tank isn't moving. Mini Rampage opting to go in for more damage. There's not enough time for a count out, so this is gonna go to the judges. But Mini Rampage gets a ton of damage in right at the end. Really great job from Mini Rampage at the end of the fight. Great job from Face Tank in surviving to the end. A great fight from both competitors. Judges, once again, have their work cut out for them. I don't know that we've had a knockout today yet. That was a great fight. The winner is Mini Rampage. Mini Rampage takes that one, guys. I'm going to send it over to Liam Haddock with an interview right now.
What a fantastic battle that was. We have the winner, that is Mini Rampage. Congratulations, Mini Rage. Commiserations, Face Tank. That was a fantastic battle. Sparks and robots flying everywhere. That's what we love to see on Bot Brawl. That's it. So first I go to you. Commiserations on the loss, but that was fantastic. However, I did see that you were immobilized at the very end, but you weren't counted out at the end. So how do you feel about that?
Yeah, it was really close. One of those last hits or bounces or jostles must have, or a software bug maybe. This is pretty fancy software. Took it out with about 12 seconds left on the clock, meaning we have a in-spirit knockout from Rampage that the judges, I think, took into account. Other than that, though, yeah, it held up great. There's some pretty good scoring along the bottom of the whole bot from every time every time the weapon was beside or behind the bot. However, the wedge held up beautifully. The angle worked out really well, and I know Mini Rampage is much more awkward to control when flipped upside down, and that was just favorable geometry whenever that happened. Yeah, so I think yeah, I think design-wise, a few bugs to work out, but I'm quite happy with performance today. Maybe I'll get a grudge match in against our third competitor today. We'll see. But yeah, congratulations on the win. A hard-fought match, and immobilized it at the end, which is the truest victory.
Well, Raw Robot's quite ingenious, I would say, because you do have the same kind of technology as Chomp does in BattleBots, where you can turn on a switch and it will automatically direct your robot to the opponent. Tell us more about that.
Sure. Well, I won't go into too many boring details, but if you go back and watch the video on demand on Twitch, you'll see the outer two LEDs turn red whenever auto mode is on. What that means is that it's looking at 12 different ranges across, if you look at the wedge, basically the whole fan in front of it. And what it tries to do, and there were mixed results in this fight, you'll see sometimes it tracked properly about maybe half the time that it was on, and sometimes it just spun in circles the other half of the time. And the other parts of the fight, I had left it in auto mode, which when not tracking a target disables my steering, so I can only drive forwards and reverse. So it was a little bit of awkward inexperience there, but what it does, it takes those 12 ranges, tries to see if there is a bot-sized blob of thing in front that it can separate from the walls behind it, and then it takes over, when the toggle is flipped, takes over steering and tries to direct the front angle. The challenge, and this is part of why I'm so happy with the results today with two fights that went pretty close to the full 3 minutes, all of that data is captured, and there will be a better filter, better tracking for next time.
Well, thank you very much for bringing something new and fantastic. Hopefully you managed to get the bugs sorted and make it fantastic to see if it actually works properly. However, commiserations, you are eliminated. So I have to say that you have to walk to the pits with your head held down in shame. It was fantastic. We love you. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you come back again and try and get everything completed. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Well, Mini Rampage, congratulations on that win. It looks like you managed to get your weapon working in time for this fantastic battle. Was there any issues with this with the weapon this time, or was it working perfectly?
Well, the one thing that we realized with some help from experienced competitors, people who've done RC racing in the cold weather, it's very cold today, it's about +5 Celsius. The internal resistance of the battery was cold. It was completely stone cold. And I think that's one of the reasons why it wasn't functioning. So I had the battery in my pocket. I said I was hatching it like an egg. I kept it nice and warm. When it went in there, it was, normal. So we saw that. The belt here, it was quite warm when the match was finished. These are slightly different than the one that was on there before. And it's a little thicker and stiffer. And it was also, I think, a factor in why the weapon wasn't spinning as fast. But it did. It did. And I was really looking forward to fighting Face Tank because I was interested, first of all, in all the technology that's inside it, and we heard Joseph describe it. I mean, it's even more complex than I even knew. And the other thing was that prow-shaped wedge. I was interested in the geometry of that and how a hit from on that was going. And we saw what happened. Mini Rampage was upside down quite a few times. It's fun when Mini Rampage is kind of on its side. It does like a drumline thing, but if it actually gets upside down, then I'm like, okay, so it doesn't know that it's upside down. There's nothing you can do except get hit and flipped over again, which is why I was deliberately running into the wall, because sometimes when you go against the wall and then it'll just flip over. And sometimes you can do damage with it upside down, although it's very hard to drive, obviously. Other times with a bot like that, I did not want to be upside down because I was right over him. So I wanted to have the weapon below, and there was a lot of sparks, and it was like a long 3 minutes. I can't see very well because I normally wear glasses, and I'm finding they fog up in the cold with the mask. So I'm leaning in, trying to see, and I realized I was quite disoriented because the way you tell the front from the back on this bot is you look for the butt, and which is a normal thing if you can see properly. It's very easy, but I literally have to resolve, what am I seeing? Am I going forward or backwards? So it's a few challenges for me. Nothing out of the ordinary, stuff that we're all facing, like the temperature. But I was pleased to to get that win. Not so pleased about who I have to face next.
Well, like you're saying that you have to make sure the batteries are warm enough to actually function more. It's like kind of like when the bigger robots had to make sure that their CO2 tanks are not frozen. But like you said, putting it in your pockets, making sure that your body heat can warm it up, making sure that it's at full capacity. When you when you were fighting upside down, you were using the body weight of the robot to try and angle the blade, and it was hitting. It was actually causing some damage, which was fantastic. I loved watching it.
But when it's upside down, you can sort of wiggle it back and forth a little bit, yeah. But really, my end goal was always to get properly oriented. I think that's the way to do the most damage, and also the way to control. Now, I noticed Andrea with Speed Wedge, she has a mixer so that if she's upside down, she can flip a switch on the radio, and then she can drive upside down. Well, yeah, you know that too. So that would be, I mean, that's beyond me, but that would be handy, because then you could say, oh, well, I'm an overcutter now, I prefer to drive it this way, but,
Well, it's always good to have changes as well to your robots. Like saying that Speed Wedge has a mixer, so like on the controller, you just flick a switch and you're back to how it was. However, obviously with a weapon with yours, it might be a little bit more difficult to cause damage. However, it was fantastic watching that undercutter cause so much damage to the robot. Have you got anything to change for the next battle? Because you know who we're up against.
I actually think that this is going to be just putting in a new battery. We'll give it a look and make sure everything's fine, but I think that's a relief. It's a different kind of pit time compared to the last fight. So, yeah, we should be good. Nervous for the next fight, though. Won't lie.
Well, you're going to do fantastically. I shall let you go back to the pits to make sure you can charge those batteries in time, ready for your next fight. Make any tactics that you can. And congratulations anyway. So it was very nice seeing that battle. Congratulations.
We'll take a quick peek at the brackets. Instigator and Turbo G lined up in that winner's bracket semifinal. Mini Rampage going to face the loser of that match. So that'll be up next.
In the red square, it'll cook your tater. It's Instigator. And it's the fastest robot you can see. It's Turbo G.
Red team, are you ready? White team, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, brawl!
Both robots spinning up right away. Both robots have vertically spinning weapons. Turbo G, or that disc Instigator with a big fat drum going all the way across the front of the robot. Wow, a little bit of a gyro dance there from Instigator. Looks like one of those wheels is dangerously wobbly. It's upside down, but it manages to get off. Wow, a tremendous hit there. The damage is piling up on Instigator. Oh, big hit there on Turbo G-Lo from Instigator. Collisions there. Both of Instigator's wheels are wobbling like something out of a hilarious movie. I don't even know how to describe that. Instigator looking more like Wobble-Stigator. Uh-oh, and I think something may have gone wrong with the weapon on Turbo G. I saw a strange kind of flip inside the weapon. That belt may have come off or loose or jammed. I'm not sure. And now Turbo G has a nice pin on Instigator. Its blade might be caught in between the wheel and the frame there. I'm not sure how that's caught in there. They are loose. Instigator's back up to speed, and it's still dangerous. Couple big hits there. That is the wobbliest robot I've ever seen that still moves. I have no idea how those wheels are staying on there right now. Turbo G doing its best to ram into that weapon, maybe try and force a collision here. Great driving from Turbo G. Instigator can't really get the speed it needs to get its weapon to bite. This is a tough fight. Really aggressive play here from Instigator. And the wobbliest robot you've ever seen continues to chase Turbo G around the arena. Turbo G maybe trying to line up for a shot here. Turbo G's weapon hasn't spun in quite a while. More sparks going flying. Most importantly, that weapon on Instigator is still working. Its drive wheels are still working. And we got to be running out of time here, folks. 20 seconds left in the match. Instigator looking for one last shot to impress the judges or do some damage, score some points. It's in a nasty spot right now.
2, 1.
And that's the fight. A great show from both robots, sending each other careening around the arena multiple times. Instigator, I have no idea how either of its wheels are still on. I do not understand. That was an excellent fight from both robots. Judges have another tough decision in their hands. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a unanimous decision. Judge's decision is for Instigator. And I'm going to throw it over to Liam Haddock right now with an interview.
Sick battle. 2 spinners. Fantastic. Bashing each other, daylights out of each other, which is fantastic. Commiserations to Turbo G. Congratulations to Instigator. I think the microphone's... Tyler, get off the microphone. Thank you. First, I'm going to go to the loser. Commiserations, but that was fantastic. How do you feel about the result?
I tried my best, but I think that the main thing that caused the failure is that the weapon pulley broke. I think that Instigator was just hitting me so hard that it just cracked. Like I'll come up for a close-up, but the pulley actually like shattered.
That's not good when the pulley breaks when mid-battle, but do you want to show the camera any damage on the robot?
If you can see in there, there's a crack all the way through there, and the belt's kind of covering it, but the pulley is completely just jammed up and it's stopping the weapon from spinning. And then it was basically just a pushing battle, which isn't great for spinners when most of your weight is in your weapon.
I need new motors, maybe.
And then I was just kind of playing Runaway for a bit, because I kind of got a little bit stuck upside down. My way is so frightening, it's hitting the wall with the weapon spinning, so I kind of flipped myself over. But then I was just when I got upside down, I was kind of skittering around trying to flip over. But eventually I managed to do it. But I still couldn't really do anything. So it was just kind of Runaway. And I tried to push it around, but Instigators just had such a strong weapon. Just hard to battle when you don't have a weapon to battle with against that kind of weapon.
Even without a weapon, though, your driving was absolutely fantastic. So well done. That driving was in the professionals kind of area. It was fantastic driving. You must be proud about your driving, though.
But I think we might need to change a little bit of the design of the pulley.
Well, again, commiserations, but you still got another chance to continue. So don't keep your hopes up and get your robot prepared for the next battle. Well, congratulations, Instigator. Fantastic driving and driving with those wobbly wheels. Like you normally see a car with terrible wheels. You can definitely see those wheels, can't you? But it was very good driving, very aggressive. How do you feel about the result?
So I was actually pretty scared to go up against Griffin. Although he is only 8, he's got a lot of driving experience outside of combat robotics. And I remember the first event he came out, I think he was 6, and he was drifting all around the arena with a robot that was faster than mine. So there was a little bit of a history there. The older Instigator actually had a very damaging match against that version of G-Force, which Griffin was driving. So we had a little bit of a trash talking session ahead of time. He made sure he let me know that he was coming for my wheels, and he did get them. I'm actually going to go up to the camera. So this is an older style hub. I think Fingertech still sells them, but it's like a tube and then there's a clamp. So it's very different from the snap hubs or now the twist hubs that Fingertech sells. So these older wheels, I haven't used them before, but the plastic, got chipped, but it held on. The shafts are totally bent, but thanks to Fingertech's bearing blocks, they do still spin. I got very close to hitting the chassis there, but it stayed driving, it stayed mobile, and I mean, I can't really pull them off now even. So I thought at any point in time when I was driving, maybe a little bit too much gyro, it would pop it off, and I have to admit that I laid off the throttle just a little bit because I was worried that if I lost the wheel, I would lose the judge's decision. But it held up. I think I need to replace both motors. Maybe I can try to just force them back, but that's going to be a bad idea. So I'm out 2 motors and a little bit of soldering. So definitely have my work cut out for me before the next match. But Instigators held up well. The drum did what it's supposed to do. Didn't get as many big hits. It was really hard to catch Griffin. But yeah, I'm happy with the results, and I'm pretty sure that he's going to come back now with even more of a vendetta. So you got to watch out for that guy.
Of course, because he might actually win the next battle, and if you might be against him, there could be blood spilt on the arena floor, which would be fantastic for the audience, but not good for the teams, because it takes a while to get these robots prepared for the next battle, especially when you're against 2 spinners. As you can see, the wheels are not exactly straight on the robot, and any time just a simple touch could actually make them fall off, probably. So you best not keep spinning them, otherwise you might break them even more. Anyway, do you know how long it might take to fix for the next battle?
It's probably going to be 10 minutes a wheel to take them apart. I didn't make it the easiest to access, so I think I have 4 bolts plus a soldering job. So, yeah, I've got that work cut out for me in the pits now. Luckily, I think I have a one round of buffer until the finals, so I should have this guy ready to go by then.
Well, I hope you do, because it's a fantastic robot. It looks amazing. Those eyes are absolutely terrifying. Give a nice close-up to the camera. Yes, they are going to haunt my nights for eternity now. Thank you very much for that. Anyway, congratulations, and I shall let you get to the pits to prepare for your next battle. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, that's a fantastic battle. Terrifying robot with the eyes. Not much to say about that, but congratulations and commiserations to the other team. Anyway, it's back to Doug for the next battle.
Thank you very much, Liam. Instigator has come through Face Tank and Turbo G to get to the finals, and now we're going to see who that robot will face. It's either going to be Turbo G or Mini Rampage. That fight is right now.
In the red corner, you can bet your bottom wage on Mini Rampage. And it's the toughest robot that you can currently see, maybe. It's Turbo G. Once again, winner of this fight is moving on to the finals. Let's go.
Red team, are you ready? White team, are you ready? 3, 2, 1, brawl!
Both robots are up to speed here. Mini Rampage with that undercutting blade. Turbo G has a vertically spinning blade on it. Both capable of doing a lot of damage. Wow, big hit there. Big collision. Another big shot there. Turbo G just as mean as Mini Rampage. Both of them with buzzing weapons here. Circling for position. Turbo G does seem to be a little bit more stable than Mini Rampage at times, but much larger blade on Mini Rampage. Once again, Turbo G is the one with those orange belts on it. Mini Rampage, the 2-wheeled wide robot. Wow, big hit there. An absolute calamitous shot there, folks. Mini Rampage's blade's back up. Something just came flying at me. Don't know what it was. And we do have a blade that's loose. The blade on Turbo G is stopped. The belt has come loose on Turbo G. Mini Rampage is flipped on its face, though, and having difficulties driving. And both robots currently struggling on the ropes here. Don't know if Mini Rampage's weapon's still going. It is. And that is absolutely massive for Mini Rampage. Turbo G is going to be reliant on that front titanium wedge to try and deflect blows from that blade on Mini Rampage. Another big hit there. Turbo G right underneath Mini Rampage. Not letting Mini Rampage spin that weapon up. Big slam into the wall there. The robots are doing the tango. Get out your maracas. Mini Rampage needs distance to get that blade up. So really good job by Turbo G not letting Mini Rampage spin up here. And that's right, folks. There's just 1 minute left. This is a really tough fight here in the semifinals. Turbo G maintaining position here. I heard the sound of a motor trying to spin up. Mini Rampage is going. Wow. Big impact here. Robots going flying off of each other. Just 15 seconds left in this fight. Mini Rampage. Not sure if it's moving. Might be saved by the bell. We have one wheel operating on Mini Rampage. I don't know about the other one. Turbo G looks like it might be down a wheel.
2, 1.
Both robots with disabled parts. And this is going to go to a judge's decision again. And boy, that was a tough fight. Looks like both robots are partially disabled. An absolutely awesome fight here in the semifinals here at Brawl. We'll be right back with the judge's decision and interviews with the teams in just a moment.
That was some serious hits, some drama, some everything, right? Loved it.
Thank you for making our job hard. Bert launches one up in the air.
Yeah. So guys, we have announced, we do have our winner. The winner and moving on to the finals is Turbo G.
And sparks were flying all over the place. Well done to both teams. That was a very hard decision there for the judges. I could see them deliberating in the corner. They really didn't know who to go for, but it looks like that Turbo G was the winner. Commiserations. How do you feel about that result?
I agree with the result. I would have called it the same way, but as a participant of that fight, I thought it was incredibly fun. There were some, huge hits. We each beat up the other, and that's what you want to see. I really had a good time driving. Obviously, this was a good. I just want to forget about that first fight entirely. Between this one and the second one, they were very different aspects of them. This guy's tough to fight, and the bot appreciates the ordeal, I would say. Yeah, good job.
Well, you definitely had troubles at the very, very, very first battle of the day, but then you slowly got everything together, and that was, again, a fantastic battle. Hot glue. Oh, dear. So, I know you're eliminated. I'm sorry to see you go. But what is the damage caused within that battle?
I don't know. There's lots of hits on here. There's lots of, nicks. We've got one gearbox that's not working properly. I'm actually kind of relieved. We've only got one more spare. It would be very hard to face. I suppose if we got it together, we would have lost 2 instigators. So, it's okay. It's okay. We'll take it apart. We'll have a look, but I'm happy with the way the day went. And congratulations to you.
Well, as long as you had fun, that's what the main thing is with fighting robots. As much as winning is great, fun is and taking part, and the community is fantastic. Where like your robot isn't working, and then everyone bands together to make sure that your robot is together for the battle, and it's fantastic to see.
Socially distanced pits and a small number of people, that is still in effect. We've still seen examples back and forth of everyone discussing and helping in the ways that we can right now today, and it's great in the spirit of bot brawl and robot fighting that is always, I think, the case, and it's very helpful.
It's been a pleasure to see you again, and I hope you do come back because that was an absolute fantastic. We love having you here. So thank you very much. Commiserations again, but I hope you come back very, very, very soon. Everyone give a round of applause. Well, congratulations on that win. It was a very, very hard decision because you both seemed to lose your weapons around about near near about the same time. I do see that you lost your belt again. That seems to be a very common problem with your robots.
And I think the reason why that happened is because the pulley, I think on the same place where we just super glued it, it just basically all came off. So then the belt just, when it spun around, it just hopped off, and because it's not all the way around, and it's just like missing a giant chunk. And then I was just a push robot, but at somewhere in the fight, she kind of just took this chunk off, which then bent this, so it was puncturing into the floor. So then I could kind of like we just kind of spinning around and trying to move around and try to push her around. But in the end, I think that it was a pretty even fight. I'm a little bit surprised that the judges didn't ask for the boss to see the damage, because it was pretty close in my opinion.
Yeah, you're talking about the damage. I can definitely see a massive chunk on the bottom, because we couldn't see that in the arena. But look at that damage right on the bottom of Turbo G. Look at that crack. That might look like it could be a problem. Do you think that might be a problem for the next battle?
Yes, I think I might, and my dad might have to change the chassis out, because I don't think this chassis will be able to hold it together much longer. It's cracked up and everywhere. There's a crack on the back from a previous battle, and I think we're gonna have to switch all the electronics to a different chassis.
Well, it sounds like you got your work cut out. I best not delay you. Congratulations on your win. Everyone give a round of applause for Turbo G. Woo! Well, that was an absolute devastating battle. It is now, the next battle is going to be the final. It's going to be an absolutely explosive battle. 2 spinners, only 1 winner. Who's going to win? We have to wait and find out. Back to you, Doug.
Thank you very much, Liam. A quick recap of how our robots got here. Instigator coming through Face Tank and Turbo G. Turbo G had to work its way to a rematch. It was victorious over Mini Rampage twice to get to the finals.
Here we go, folks. This is the ant weight final. Instigator with a spinning drum, Turbo G with a spinning blade. In the red square. It's got no time for the haters. It's Instigator. And it's, quite frankly, the fastest robot you can see because it's Turbo G. I like that intro. I'm sorry. I'm sticking with it. Here we go, folks. It's the grand final of the ant weights for today.
Red team, are you ready?
Red, are you ready?
White team.
Red is ready. White team, are you ready?
3.
Here we go, folks.
1. Brawl.
Fight, robots, fight! Both robots up to speed. Both robots have quite a bit of driving ability as well. Some really quick robots here. Solid collision there from Turbo G on Instigator's wheel, but it's still going. Nary a chunk taken out as action is right in front of my face. Solid collisions, both robots dealing out the damage here. We got a big chunk missing off of the wheels of Instigator. Another big chunk gone there. Both robots still working nicely. Nice driving there from Instigator to get back on its base. Robots dancing around each other. Big shots there from Turbo G. Turbo G is upside down. Opportunity here for Instigator. Gets underneath, slams it into the wall. Instigator trying to track down Turbo G. A big hit there, but Instigator's upside down now too. Robots are struggling to gain control. Instigator is back up right now. No, it's not. It's back upside down. I don't even know how it did that. The gyroscopic effects of these vertically spinning blades. Wow. Wow, the dancing from Instigator. Absolutely crazy big hits there. Turbo G flipping and flying around the arena. Both robots' weapons working so well in this fight. Instigator's right up on the front of Turbo G there. And I'm not seeing any motion from Turbo G here. And something might have gone wrong in Turbo G, guys. We don't have any motion. Turbo G is in danger of being counted out. And Instigator might be walking away with the victory here, lined up for another shot. But that's going to do it. Your winner, Instigator! We are going to send it over to my co-presenter, Liam Haddock, who has our teams ready for an interview.
What a fantastic final that was. Both robots definitely taking massive hits, but we only have one winner. That was Instigator. Congratulations, commiserations. Firstly, I shall talk to Turbo G. That was fantastic. You are a fantastic driver. That was absolutely devastation. How do you feel?
Well, I don't really actually know what happened. Just when I was in the corner, it just stopped moving. I think the battery might have come unplugged.
That's always the worst way to go, isn't it? When the battery decides to just disconnect itself from all the rest of the robot. It's a sad way to go, but it was a fantastic match. You have done so well today. Yeah, come on, everyone, give a round of applause. You have taken so much damage throughout the entire day, and like you can see, obviously, you're missing one wedge, and there's holes all over your robots. You had to get a part of your robot 3D printed for this match. It looks like it held up quite well, so congratulations on getting your robot prepared and getting ready for the final. Is there anything you're going to do differently for the next time?
I don't know. I think it performed pretty well. I don't really know anything that we might change. I think it's pretty much ready for the next fight, but I think next time we're going to come with more spares.
It's always good to have spares, but with this community, like having anything on site is absolutely fantastic. The community has helped you make sure that your robot gets into the next fight, which is absolutely fantastic. That's one thing that we always love to see in these kind of events. That community is always important, no matter how experienced you are, if you're new or you've been here for years. It's always good to see teams coming together, making sure that each robot is fairly prepared. Because who wants a battle when their robots don't work correctly? No one does. Anyway, it was very, very, very fantastic having you here. Congratulations on coming second. And I hope you do come back, because your robot is absolutely fantastic. Everyone give a round of applause for Turbo G. Well, congratulations, Instigator. Now, you are very close at coming apart at the seams, quite literally. Go ahead.
So, for a lot of those exchanges, Turbo G definitely had the upper hand. They have that large vertical spinner, and my chassis is actually a little bit elevated off the ground, so it's the perfect height for them to take a big bite, and they did. This is a 3D printed carbon fiber reinforced nylon chassis. It's got bolts coming in from both sides, but there's nothing clamping them together, so I can actually split that, and you can see all the internals. There's very little actually holding it together, so I'll just go ahead and try to close that back. No, it's not going back anymore. So that's just how close it was. One more big hit on there, and it probably would have just stayed like that. Yeah, definitely need to print a new chassis. I definitely got used to the gyroscopic forces that this robot has, and it was a lot of fun doing some of the flip moves. I almost got stuck doing the thing. But yeah, just edged it out. I don't want to say I was lucky that the battery failed when it did, but he was definitely getting the better of the blows that were being dished out. So, yeah, fun match. I know that Griffin is not done with Instigator, and that rivalry will go on and fester. And I should be worried, because that robot is nasty, and as soon as they sort out those problems, yeah, it's going to be a killer. Gotta figure out how to make this a little bit more durable for next time for sure on my part, because it was that close, right? The battery is that purple thing right there. Like I can probably, yeah, there it is. Yeah, no, great match. Nice little drum kit on this. It's a hoot to drive. Really happy with the robot and its performance today, and yeah, just some of the hits that it's been putting out.
Yeah, you just managed to damage the robot even more just by literally shaking it. So its internal organs are now on show, which was lucky that that Turbo G was eliminated. Otherwise, I think we would have a different story. Anyway, congratulations on your win. Commiserations on coming second, but it's been fantastic having you both. Congratulations on the win for the Antweights of Instigator. Everyone give a round of applause. Fantastic. Well, that has been the Antweights of the event, which is fantastic.
Yes, it is, Liam. So Instigator is your champion for today's event and will be moving on to the grand final. We wish them luck. Andrea, good luck. Treat my robot good. Turbo G, better luck next time. You will have a chance to get into the finals via the fan voting. So they're not necessarily out yet, but regardless, a great showing by them. Thank you on behalf of myself and everyone here at Bot Brawl, including Liam Haddock. Have yourselves good night, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be.